Okay, skill number 1 right here. So, given f of x is equal to the absolute value of x, which is this right here, so here's my f of x graph, and that g of x, which is pretty much just a translation of f of x, which is the absolute value of x minus 2, and then minus 3. So I would go to the right 2 for the horizontal shift, and then I would go down 3, and there's my g of x. So now, if the rectangle diagonals extends from the origin to the point of x of g of x, write an equation for the length of the diagonal. So I pretty much drew it out here in a square to better visualize. So here's my 0, 0 point right here, and it wants it to extend all the way to x to g of x. So I know that this is going to be x, like the length of this is x because it goes from 0 to x. And then the width of this is going to be g of x because 0 to g of x is obviously g of x. So in order to find that diagonal that goes from there to there, you're just going to do Pythag, which is x squared plus g of x squared, and then you're going to take the square root of that. So then when is the area of the rectangle? 0, and that's going to be when x is equal to 1 or 5, because when you plug 1 or 5 into g of x, you get 1 minus 2, which is, okay, this is supposed to be negative 1. So you have negative 1 minus 2, which is negative 3. The absolute value of negative 3 is 3, and then minus 3 is 0. So that means when x is negative 1, g of x would be 0. So that's when it's equal to 0. Same thing with 5. When you plug 5 into here, when I did that before, I meant that 1 is supposed to be negative, not this x value. So then when you plug 5 in, 5 minus 2 is 3, absolute value of 3 is 3, minus 3 is 0. So when x is 5, this is 0. And yeah, there's that.